on my beach. Just getting the word out. Just getting the word out to all my folk. No more. Let's get it on here. That audio's coming across good. What's going on? ¿Qué pasa? That audio's coming across good. What's going on? ¿Qué pasa? Sorry about the flippy flop in there. There we go. What's happening, man? ¿Qué pasa? ¿Qué pasa? ¿Qué pasa, my people? Hopefully everybody's good. Back at the lounge spot. You know, spent a little downtime. The family's into some stuff right now. They got things going on. It's one of the fun things about getting a little older. Your kids don't need you every second of the day. They got their own events. They got their own activities. They got their own lives, like their own social circles, and it's a beautiful thing. On occasion, it is a little sad. It is a little. I don't want to say depressing, but it can be a little challenging to have somebody that needs you 24 hours a day. They can't really do anything without you. They can't feed themselves. They really can't do nothing. And then one day they're like, leave me alone. You're swarming me, Dad. You're not giving me the appropriate amount of space. And that's tough, I know it tends to be a little bit more difficult for the wives. The wives always have a harder time because they're so attached, both physically and emotionally and spiritually, to their children. So I understand, but yeah, the kids got stuff going on. I had a couple hours to kill here tonight. Came back out to the Outlaw Cigar spot. Big props to these guys, man. They very, very hospitable here. Everyone's super polite, very helpful. They've actually got some beverages on the house here tonight, which I did not know. What's going on, my peeps? Thank you for checking me out. Back at the cigar spot tonight. Yo, what's going on? Yo, Redbridge. ¿Qué pasa? ¿Qué pasa? ¿Qué pasa, bro? Hey, if you're not going to be able to hang tight, man, send this to somebody, bro. Just having some conversation and do some man shit. At the cigar bar, we just talked about family a little bit, how difficult it is when your kids don't need you as much as they used to. All of a sudden, you're trying to figure out what to do with your evenings. Now, I always got something to do. But when it comes to downtime, I always struggle. Do I go shoot some hoops? Do I go to the cigar bar? Do I, go get dinner? Do I, a lot of different things that can be done. Today, though, it's perfect because I got to go take the babies to what they got going on. And I got about 2 hours to kill in between. So make the best of it, right? Shout out to you. Shout out. Appreciate everybody popping in, man. This is nice to see a few people checking in early. Last go around. What's going on? BBK. ¿Qué pasa, my brother? Hey, since you're here, bro, let me know. You got my audio? Are you getting me clear? I'm not sounding muffled or nothing crazy like that. So, if you're just joining, I'm here because the kids got stuff going on, the wife's got stuff going on. And I was just kind of reminiscing on the fact that you come to a point in your life where, everything's about the kids, everything after school, before getting them ready. And then all of a sudden, it almost happens overnight. Like they don't need you as much anymore. And they're like, shoo, Dad, let me be. Let me do what I'm doing. And, it's an adjustment. It's exciting because you see them grow. I'm doing a good job raising them. They got their own little social circle. Everything's going fine. But then you find yourself like, what am I supposed to do now? Because your whole life revolves around, and it always will to a certain extent, I think, trying to make sure that they're okay. But like you said, awesome at the exact same time because they're spreading their wings. They got their own thing going on. So for someone like myself, it's great because I don't necessarily get enough downtime, so to speak. I probably spend a little bit too much time working. But when these moments happen, I relish it. And as I mentioned before, I think probably a little bit harder on the wife because, they've got that physical connection with the child. That baby was like in their body for 9, 10 months or whatever. So I know that can maybe be a little bit more challenging than what it is for pops, but as a dad and as a man, I don't know what everybody else's love language is, but for me, it's respect. And part of respect, words of affirmation, that kind of thing. Part of that, if you guys have ever read the book, Five Love Languages, it's a phenomenal Christian-based book on relationships, and it's I think curtailed to like husbands and wives, but it's applicable for all relationships, friendships, sons, daughters, so on and so forth. So part of you as a man, even though you're happy about your kids spreading their wings or whatever, you're also like, you need me, right? As protectors, as men who, I think we get our value a lot out of being the defender, the guy that takes care of their household and shields those under him when they start to tell you that they don't need you to walk them to the bus, when they don't need you to escort them to the football game. Just drop me off, Dad. I'm gonna hang out with my friends. Again, awesome, but I don't know. It's interesting. It's interesting, and I've already gone through this once before with my eldest. Yeah, it is weird, right? He's like, "Yo, pops, we good. I got you. You don't need to come in with me." Yeah, dude. So it's a very, very interesting time. But again, I'm here to enjoy a cigar because I've got a couple hours to kill. The kids are at LSM, and I'm too far from home to go all the way back. So if you gentlemen to join me, que pasa, que pasa, que pasa. For those that are wondering, this is a phenomenal stick. It's an Asylum 13, a little bit of a coffee tint to this cigar. And this cigar, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to dedicate, it's going to be a little tradition. I am going to dedicate this cigar to all the martyrs, whether it be religious or political. I dedicate this cigar. Come help my kid do so. Hey, bro, I'm a grandfather now. I've already graduated. Like Junior Seau said, I'm not retiring, I'm graduating. Listen, I'll be happy to help his son with your homework, especially his Spanish homework. Math, though, I'll leave that to the experts. I'll leave it to the experts. But no, back to it. I dedicate this cigar to the martyrs of the world, the greatest example of which is my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, the greatest martyr to ever live and die and live again. So, cheers to that. If you know anybody who enjoyed this kind of conversation, man, send a link. Y'all, I love y'all. Y'all my brothers, but it'd be great to get some more of the homies in here. I see, Jim. Jimmy, you got a hell of a pack, my friend. Let me ask you this, Jimmy. What age did you become a grandfather? Always great checking with you, Big Beard Kenny. Love you. God bless you. Say hi to the kids. Say hi to the wife. Looking forward to seeing you guys on the 27th, man. Be there, please, bro. It would mean a lot to us if you were able to be there. 45. Okay, okay. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Believe it or not, for me, it was 36 years old. 36 years old. What are you lighting that with a tree lit? No, no. I believe these are called Kindles. It's meant to keep you from burning through your entire lighter trying to get a cigar lit. That's what it's intended for. It's fantastic. They actually give these here at the cigar spot. They give them to you. 61. Let me see here. She said, I'm 61. Oscar 17. 10 grandkids. One on the way. Congratulations, bro. Let me go back to that last comment. See, I don't want to miss that comment. Sorry, I'll go back to it. Kindle is what you're Amazon. Yes, that is also a Kindle, correct. And then there's also kindling wood, which is how you, the same thing. You kindle in the fire, right? Oh yeah. Now we are officially lit, gentlemen. So again, dedicate this cigar to the martyrs. Anybody who died for a cause greater than them. God bless you. Thank you for your sacrifice. All right. In the background, just to give you guys an idea, the lounge here is amazing. 3 massive TVs to my right. Royals game in the middle. Royals up 3-2 against the Mariners, bottom of the second. 0-1 count, swing, and a ball. Okay. Also got some basketball going on the other TV. Blue Jays. Who's this? Blue Jays and who? Is that the White Sox? Blue Jays and Rays over on this other TV. And then over to this side, I get to watch the sunset. So if it looks a little brighter on this side, it's because I got the sunset over on this side. And the decor, actually, the decor here is insane. All kinds of cool stuff. There's like a big Red Dead thing. It's like this massive. And then second lounge in the back, full-size humidor, 70 degrees all the time. You can leave your whiskey, you leave your cigar, all that kind of stuff back there. And then complimentary beers in the cooler, at least today, and coffee on demand. Much coffee as you want, as much coffee as you need. They always got it here for you. This place is absolutely insane. Love it. This sort of place is what I think a lot of people talk about the barbershop being. Come in here, make some new friends, join in on some conversations with people, or sit in the corner and do your own thing. Get some work done, bring your laptop, send some emails, get some reports done, do all that. And there's enough space here that you can have a conversation like what we're having here together. No harm, no foul. No one's like too close where you're kind of disturbing or any of that kind of thing. Like super duper low key. I could not be happier with this place. I mean, they and the host, um, the owners, the people working here, super knowledgeable, friendly, never rushing you, and here to answer any questions that you might have. I mean, it's amazing, absolutely amazing. So while we're here, I want to get into a little football. We don't have to spend all time talking about this. 0-2 Kansas City Chiefs. It's rough. It's rough, guys, because those of us that are on the ground, we've seen it coming. We've seen it coming. And here's the funny thing. A lot of people will try to blame it on one thing. They will try to blame it. Oh, see, that's a real shift, right? That's a man shift. 12 hours. I love it. I'm a 11, 12 hour a day guy. Not all at the office, but all of it in the field or on the phone or doing reports or whatever. I mean, it's insane. And what's crazy is you'll do a 10 or 12. I don't know if you experience this, but you do a 10 or 12 hour day, and at the end of it, you're like, when I started my day and that list that I had of things that I wanted to accomplish, you only did like 3 of them because you set out to do like say these 10 things you put on your list, but you get pulled in so many directions, especially in my line of work. I'm in operations. Sometimes not sometimes, every day you have to be flexible. You have to be willing to adjust and pivot and help others. A lot of problem solving stuff that goes on, and you got to be willing to jump in there and help folks out. So a lot of times you have to put your priority to the side to help colleagues, which I'm always in favor of. But it can make things difficult because then your stuff starts to pile up, and now you're playing catch up all week. Here's what blows my mind, real quick, before I get back to football. So these places, and I don't know what it is about what they do here. So I have a little humidor that my boy Todd gave me a while back at the house. I try to keep it consistent, 69, 70. I'll take my cigar out, and I gotta let it cook a little bit. I gotta let it cook a little bit, and what that means is give it enough time to release a little bit of that moisture, so it dries out, so that it's easy to light and it burns and it stays burning. Sometimes there's a little bit too much moisture. You gotta keep relighting it, relighting it, relighting it, relighting it. At these places, bro, you fire it up, bro. It's perfect. Like it's perfect every time. I mean, just look at this thing. I'm blabbing, hitting the cigar every minute or so, but look, absolutely perfect every time. which I mean, probably it's no different from like a restaurant, right? Like you can go home, try to make a perfect steak. For whatever reason, when you eat it at the restaurant, it's like, it says, yeah, collections, it's a water safety coordinator in my section. So I have 2 water plants. So you're in operation, it sounds like. No chill time. Yep, always on the move. Every crew, yep. Y'all know. Hey, listen, and only people who live that life understand it. You can be 12 hours a day, thought you were going to accomplish 1,000 things, and then you get stuck in the mud with something, some sort of problem, or I don't know, whatever can happen in your line of work that slows down the process and stops the conveyor belt, and everybody's got it's such a nightmare. But it also keeps you on your toes, keeps you sharp, and that's a very, very good thing. You know what I mean? So something I appreciate. You know what I'm gonna do real quick, y'all? I'm gonna adjust this camera if y'all give me a second. Give you a quick shot of the roof here. 24/7. I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it one bit. You can bring this up just a tad. Yeah, bring that up just a tad. Yeah, I like that. That's a little bit better. Bring it a little closer. Yeah, yeah. That works, gents. That works. Oh, that's a good beer. Jeez Louise. Oh, so Garcia almost caught it in the Tampa Bay dugout. Almost. Pretty amazing. Here's my question: are you allowed to like go in the dugout to get the ball? You know, they're like allowed to reach over the fence. Can you like literally walk in the dugout and catch it in there? Probably not. It's like I don't think you can actually jump in the stands to go get the ball. Technically, if you're in the stands, it's a home run, right? I don't know. Top of the third, 2-2. Got Crawford up the bat. Rangus. Oh, swing and a miss. Number 55 on the Royals is a dog. I don't know how old he is, but he got an arm, boy. Oh, by the way, I'm not a big baseball guy. Salvi, over 300 home runs. Pretty impressive. Seen him play quite a few times in person. And then over on the other TV, we got Phoenix and New York, WNBA. That'd be a good one. I'll tell you what, the girls can't dunk for the most part, like always, but they can sure as hell shoot these days, man. Jeez Louise. Sabrina and Asia, Caitlin, incredible. The level of talent is absolutely insane. So since we are chatting sports, um, the Chiefs being 2-0-2, here's what I was going to say. Those of us who are here on the ground are not shocked. And we're not shocked because it is a compilation of calamity that is causing this otherwise unexpected decline. Let me go through some of it. Ooh, way outside there. Is that Ragans? Ragans? I think that's what his name is. Ragans. One of the two. Woo! That boy's throwing some nasty strikes. Okay, let's go through it. Number one, this is what nobody's talking about. We haven't been the same offensively since Eric Bieniemy left. I'm gonna say it again. We have not been the same offensively since Eric Bieniemy left. Number two, how do you replace him? You bring Nagy back. Now, also being a Bears fan, you get to see what Nagy does when he's the helm. He's at the helm of the ship. Let me tell you something. This shit was not pretty. It was ugly. Uglier than it is right now for Chicago. Things were more, it was more desperation while Nagy was in town early on than what we feel right now. Because at least we got Caleb and there's hope, right? Allegedly, there's hope. So, Nagy, you lost it, bro. When you left Kansas City and went to Chicago, whatever mojo you had, you left it here, bro. You left it here or you lost it completely. And it's kind of, like I said, it's not unexpected to those who have been paying attention. Because from the outside looking in, we go, oh, they still got this, they still got that, and which is great, right? Like, you look on the surface, you look at the lineup, you go, oh man, they're overflowing with talent. But 0-2 is a rough one. Like I said, it's not just one thing. So where did we start? We haven't been the same since the enemy. They replaced him with Nagy. We saw what Nagy did in Chicago. Okay? Then, the whole Rishi Rice situation. Y'all saw how quickly the morale of the team went down when we lost Worthy the other day. I'm going to jump to that. But my point is at some point, these losses aren't just losses that are physical losses. They are emotional losses. They are losses that compromise confidence. And if you compromise a team's confidence, okay, that can have a bigger effect than the injury itself. You could tell Travis, even though he caught the touchdown, felt terrible and has not been himself since he hurt Xavier Worthy. Which brings me to my next point. To start off the season like that. Now, you could say, well, that first game the Eagles had against the Cowboys, Jalen Carter spitting, one of their main guys gets hurt. They still found a way to win the game. True. But keep in mind, they're coming off with the momentum of last year. They're coming off the momentum from last year. We are coming off the worst loss in franchise history. So you already don't have any wind in your sails. When you're the champion and it's ring night, all that can help carry you through. Plus, they're highly, highly talented, as everybody knows. But we didn't have that in our corner. We didn't have that to our advantage. So you're already missing your number one guy. Then Worthy, by your own man, dude. By your own man. Well, let me see. It's been depressing to watch an awesome team go in the crapper. I watch baseball and the Cardinals. It's a shame to watch them destroy their roster. Watch see. Yeah, dude, it's rough. And the Royals aren't doing that much better either. I don't even think they're going to make the playoffs. Which, by the way, Jimmy, I've got some old Cardinals collectibles that if you collect that sort of thing, let me know. It's stuff you're not going to find anywhere else, and I got it at a great price. Actually, spoiler, I have an action figure from the Mark McGwire home run record-setting season in the box still. And I would listen, say what you want. I'm a big Mark McGwire fan. Not even that big of a baseball fan, but big Mark McGwire fan, and Sosa and that whole thing in '98. It was really it was 2 years that they did it, I think. But absolutely incredible action figure. I don't have room for it anymore. I've kind of rearranged, took down some of the action figures, put up some paintings and stuff in my new office. But if you're interested in that, man, shoot me a message. I don't think they did that. Yeah, I think they did him wrong. Yeah, and they do that. They get rich off of these guys like they did with Barry Bonds, and they're like, oh no, you're banned now. I'm like, come on, man. You know how I know that it's bullshit? Because of what they did to Pete Rose. Did he cheat? Yes. Banned for life. One of your best players in history. And then you don't do the right thing until it's too late. Bullshit. Ooh, that felt good. And a double. Very well done there. I'm not even going to try to pronounce the kid's name. I'm not even going to try. Big hit to right. Drops between the center fielder and the right fielder. Number 18 for the Royals. Beautiful. And Bobby Witt Jr.'s up now, so that's supposed to be our ace, right? Not our ace, our besides Salvi, probably our best hitter. From what I hear, I don't know. Definitely no expert. Oh, is it gonna come through? All the way back to the left fielder. And he moved the runner over. Bobby Witt doing the job. He moved him over. Let me see what you said there. Go back and read that message. Go back and read that message for you, Jimmy. Let's see. Yes, you got to do the right. Oh, I see what you're saying. That's what you're doing for the St. Louis Pro Wrestling Independent Hall of Fame. Yes, dude. You got to give your people their flowers before they're gone. Yeah, give people their flowers before they're gone. I guess if I was going to title this broadcast, that might be what I titled it. Give them their flowers. What's it worth when they're no longer here to enjoy it? I don't know. Country breakfast. Vinny Pasquantino. High fly ball. Caught by the left fielder. So that your man on third. So basically, all you need is a single to go up 4-2. Oh, guys on the corners. You got a guy on first and third. Pretty interesting. Wow. Really got that one up in the air. The man, so Sonny told me this dude's name was Country Breakfast. I couldn't believe it. No, is it Italian breakfast? No, Italian breakfast. Because I guess Billy Butler's nickname was Country Breakfast. Get it? Let me give you guys a quick look around here. Just to show you my view. Check it. Let's see if I can turn this gimmick around. Oh, there it is. Oh, so there's a sunset. Leather couches all the way around. There's that Red Dead poster up there that I was looking at. It looks like it's from like Red Dead Redemption 1. See that back there? Freaking sick, right? And then the 3 Mondo TVs over there. And then down here, we got the setup. I'm propping up the phone with the GoPro. Got all your utensils. And then, of course, can't tell me this place isn't absolutely phenomenal. I mean, what a. Oh, here's what I find really interesting, too. I should have pointed out before. So, the air filtration system in here that keeps the smoke from kind of taking over the whole facility. Back in that corner is where the complimentary coffee is. You got your refrigerator back in that corner back there too. Mugs, whatever you need. And then back behind this wall here is where the humidor is. So you can actually rent a humidor, keep your stuff in it year round. And then I think at some point, like maybe certain months or whatever, like they load you up with some stuff. They'll throw some cigars in there for you. That's pretty sick. Let me get this thing propped up. Sorry. Put this thing down, fellas. This thing propped up the right way. There we go. Back at it. Damn, Salvador hit a 435 footer. Holy shit. That's the OG still doing it. Love to see that. .302 home runs for Salvador. 300 302 home runs for Salvador Perez. Is he Dominican? I think he's Dominican. He definitely got that accent, man. I love Kansas City. It's a very good city for me. We make very good cigars. Nobody give him credit for that. Dominican cigars, some of the base. People don't know that. People always think Cubans and shit, but Dominican cigars. Nicaragua too. Don't play. And at one of our cigar socials, Mexico's making cigars now too. When I was over, I was at Culture Cigar Bar, Cultura, Southwest Boulevard, right in the heart of KCMO. They had some cigars that were fabricated in Mexico. See, I didn't know that. What are we known for? Food, tequila, beer, cigars, also fabricated in Mexico. Can't remember the name of them exactly. I can look them up for you guys, but they're phenomenal. But obviously, Mexico doesn't really get a lot of love when it comes to cigar making because it's not something we're really known for. But I definitely got to shine the light on the Dominicans because a lot of the what's funny is you'll go in a cigar spot and you'll see a bunch of different cigars and they love to use the name Havana, 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 Havana. Just because it says Havana doesn't mean it's from Cuba, y'all. Read the label. A lot of cigars say Havana, but they're made in another country. It's a marketing ploy, I would guess. Dude, you need to stop in. Listen, as a matter of fact, anybody who's checking it, if you ever happen to be in Kansas City, give me a little bit of a heads up. I'll be happy to drive you around. You won't have to drive your own whip. Take you to some great food spots. Pretty much any time of the year, we can go check out some sports, whether it be indoor soccer or what do you call that, arena football. There's always shows going on, concerts, all that kind of stuff. Uh, we've got the women's soccer team now here. Obviously, the World Cup's coming up. We got NASCAR. And then outside all that, there's places like this, Outlaw Cigars. Come up here, grab a couple of drinks, take it nice and easy. If we have a few too many, catch an Uber back to the spot, come back, get the car the next day. I mean, can't really beat it. All right, here we go. 2-0 count, bottom of the third. Watching this pitch clock, that's something that's new for me. Kind of speeds the game up, it's it. Oh, nice strike there. So we got Frazier up the bat against their pitcher Miller. Again, 3-2, 3-2 Royals. Now, I can get back to it just real quick. So, the enemy, Nagy, Rasheed Rice. Game one, you start with bad mojo by hurting your own guy. Okay? So, notice I'm on like the fifth or sixth thing. Then, the Taylor effect. I hate to say it because I think Travis has done a wonderful job of that work-life balance thing. But even Kansas City is over Taylor Swift, y'all. We're over it. We've been over it. Them going to her after every play, plays that don't even have anything to do with Travis Kelce. It's nauseating because you know why? You know why? Because it's about everything but football. It's about everything but football. Do you know how frustrating that is? Do you understand? When you're there to watch a football game and they want to talk about everything under the sun besides the game. Like one of my heroes says, Mason Betha says, you got to keep the main thing the main thing. Don't forget who brought you to the dance. It is so irresponsible. It doesn't even matter what aspect of life you're talking about. If you lose sight of your bread and butter because you're too busy doing some other shit, it is gonna come back and bite you. And I can give you guys countless examples. I'll give you another example for my NBA people out there. I'll be very quick for those that are not. Paul George and the fucking podcast. Dude, you've been trash since you got to the 76ers. Maybe focusing on that instead of prioritizing your podcast, maybe something to think about. So what does he do? He says, hey, you know what? We're not doing great. I'm going to turn my attention to basketball. I'm going to pause the podcast. Pauses the podcast for like 4 weeks until the 76ers are out of contention. As soon as they're out of contention, right back to the podcast. So my point is, I don't want to bore you guys with the NBA talk. But I mean, come on, man. We all know that as men and probably women, when you get to a certain point, don't fucking forget what got you to the dance. So many of us start to have a little bit of success, and we forget that early on, the reason that we were able to climb up that ladder was because we were able to take on responsibilities that maybe other people didn't want to take on. The shit jobs, as they say. Take on responsibilities that maybe weren't yours, but you wanted to impress El Jefe. So you're like, yeah, I'll do that. Let me jump in. Let me help you. But then you get to a certain point, you're like, I'm not doing that. I'm not. Don't get my hands dirty. I've been here too long. I've been. You know what they call that? Entitlement. Entitlement. The stuff that you used to do voluntarily because you were for the cause now is the same stuff that you're trying to leverage against the people that are in charge, okay, to get what you want. There's a lack of humility that is necessary in all situations. Yours truly still has a lesson or two to learn in that department. I ain't gonna lie to you. Definitely not pointing a finger to anybody, because you know what they say. You point the finger, you got three pointing back at you. You know what I mean? All right. I think we're back in action, boys. Yeah, Kenny's back. What's up, Kenny? I didn't know you were back, my guy. I'd love to see you in here. So yeah, humility. Be willing to take a step back. Remember what got you there. So, bringing me back to the 0-2 Chiefs. See how we hit full circle and then we bring it back. Don't light yourself on fire. Can't replace you. Well, I love you, buddy. Thank you for that. I'll try my best. Plus, flame resistant. The skin is flame resistant right here. Point being, you got, again, Bieniemy, Nagy, Rashee Rice, Xavier Worthy, and then the whole Taylor Swift effect. These things all play a part in the devolution or the de-evolution of what is a dynasty. To this moment, I know we didn't win last year, but we went and we've been going, and we're going to probably keep going. Maybe not this year. But if you're not careful and you don't keep your eye on the prize and you don't keep the main thing, bad things are bound to happen. And honestly, I could keep going. There's way more. If you stop and think, you want to make a significant impact, right? You want to protect your biggest asset. You go from 5 to 6. Let's go to 6. We'll do one or two more. You had a bullseye at the Super Bowl on your offensive line. No different than what had happened to us a few years before when we lost to Tampa Bay and Tom Brady. It was the offensive line that needed to be completely overhauled. It's like deja vu. We lost in the Super Bowl because our offensive line was absolutely mollywopped by the Philadelphia Eagles defensive line. What do we do now? Same situation. We lose this Super Bowl as what we did in Tampa. What do we do? Do we go out and get the best free agent lineman available in the market? No. Do we make sure that we keep our Pro Bowl players that are already here? Yes and no. Resign Trey, but we let Tooney go, right? And then what's your answer at left tackle? A guy who slid in the draft due to injury concerns. Your big answer after the whole offseason of being embarrassed is to slide a rookie left tackle who hardly even played recently due to his injury and to stick him as the primary defender of Patrick Mahomes' backside, the left tackle Simmons. Hey, and who's to say the kid's not going to be great down the road? But let's just be honest. Are you going to put a Chihuahua to guard the safe, or are you going to get a pit bull? A full-grown pit bull that's already been proven to be a great guard dog. And I'm not saying that the Chihuahua can't turn into a menace. I'm not saying even the Chihuahua as in size. What I'm saying is one has already been proven to be a great guard dog. And the other one could potentially become one. But for now, he's just a little underwhelming for the position. Let's just say a puppy Chihuahua or a puppy pit bull versus a full-grown, previously trained pit bull. What are you going to choose? You're trying to protect your greatest asset, gentlemen. You do not, under any circumstance, allow your most valuable asset to be protected by somebody who's never done the job at this level before. So the mismanagement of offensive line is definitely number 6. And again, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to have one more for y'all. But I've already given you 6 different reasons for the decline. So easy to say. Travis is getting old. Or just find like one thing. It's a lot of things, guys. A lot of things. It's a sad deal. What are you supposed to do? Ride the kid? Hold him to these unfair expectations? He can't throw 50 touchdowns every season. Yes, a Rottweiler, another excellent choice as far as home defense. I'm not going to argue with you on that. That's a phenomenal choice. Not as trainable from my experience as a pit, but still very capable. And really it just depends on the pup you get and how good of a trainer you are as well. Definitely don't want to put it all on the breed. I'll tell you what, my friends, this is absolutely hitting the spot on so many levels. I'm getting here past 7:40 now. Not too bad. For those that are just checking out or popping in, it's on Outlaw Cigars. It's an Asylum 13 stick. A little bit of a espresso flavor with just a tint of mint in there as well. It's a 4-ingredient cigar. You can definitely do better, but you can definitely do worse. This is a good, solid stick. And what I love about it, like I mentioned before, is you can show up to this place, put fire to the cigar, it's ready to roll. Don't have to constantly relight it. And the only reason I had to relight it before is because I can't stop running my mouth. I'm trying to stay engaged with you guys. For a moment, though, I will ask your permission to refill. This time is of the essence. By the way, if you where am I at? Man, let me show you real quick. Let me pour this in. I'm going to do another pan. Give me just about 30 seconds. Hold on, let me pour a little bit more of this yummy nectar in this glass. Oh, I'm about to show you guys this pour. Oh, this pour. That's a pour, gentlemen. Look at that. When you're good, you're good. Cheers, friends. Ooh, and it's ice cold, baby. Ice cold. All right. Let me show y'all around real quick. All right. All right. Flip a rooski. All right. Let me swing it over here to the left. So over here to the left, beautiful sunset going on over there to the west. Okay. Wonderful leather couches. Outlaw cigars. Shout out. Okay. This place is extraordinary, gentlemen. Anytime y'all want to hang out or you get an invite from me to come out to one of these cigar socials, man, come out, bro. This is the barbershop on a whole nother level. Oh, by the way, behind that wall there, humidor, and then behind the other wall is the second lounge. And both lounges are set up kind of like this with the 3 TV setup. Just a badass place. And then just to my right here, where you guys can't see, you go up there, and that's where the primary humidor is. You can go by. Here's the air filtration system. I'm guessing a good $50,000, $80,000 for that. And then around this corner here is where the fridge, coffee, all that kind of stuff is at. And then directly behind this wall is the lockers where people can leave their cigars, their whiskey, their brandy, all kinds of cool shit. Oh, definitely. This is the spot. This is where the big boys play, as they say. There you go. Outlaw Cigars, Overland Park, Kansas. Overland Park, 135th and whatever, Knoll, Metcalf. Not sure which, but it's one of those two. Beautiful spot, man. They're open till 10 Monday through Friday, and then I think till 11. No, I'm sorry, till 10 Monday through Thursday, 11 Friday night, 11 Saturday night, and then their patio out there is 24/7, which is really cool. Oh yeah, there's a place. See, right now I'm in Overland Park because the kids are at LSM. Um, there's another place up north. It is called Ash Cigars. That's my other spot. I absolutely love it. It's wonderful, wonderful spot. See, I got to blabbing again, serving my beer, and I forgot all about the cigar. Let's get this thing relit. Mm-mm-mm. Ah, man, you see that flame? That was crazy. Yeah, I'm basically making the commitment. If any of my homies that check out these videos, if you're ever in town, coordinate with me. We will come out here and do this thing. All right, so it's not a brewery. It's just a cigar lounge. That'd be cool if they brew beer here, though. But you can bring your own beer. And as a matter of fact, when I walked over to the cooler today, um, they got complimentary beer from the owner. Just drop some. Hey, y'all can have whatever. I see you say something about another place called Outlaw Cigar and Brewery. Maybe it's another one of these. Oh, the one up north is a brewery. I have not been to the one up north. I've been going to Ash Cigars up north. Happy to go check it out, bro. Just shoot me a DM. Let's make it happen, Kevin. I think I might even be free this Saturday. I don't know. Let me know, bud. Let me know. I'd love to hang out with you. I don't want to drag this thing on forever, but to conclude, if you're a Chiefs fan, don't lose hope. The team is going to continue. The team's going to continue to be competitive, but we got to keep the main thing. The main thing. A huge amphitheater too. I definitely got to check it out too, bro. Wonder if they like bring bands in and stuff. That would be incredible, dude. I'd love to check that out. I'd love to check. Just let me know, man. But on that note, friends, I appreciate you joining me for a little while. Been a blast. See here, finish up this cigar, finish up this brewski, go pick up these babies, go home, get some rest, and keep it going for the rest of the week. Hopefully, everybody stays safe, and healthy. Um, rock the world. Hell yeah, absolutely. Keep supporting those who support you. Pray for those that don't pray for you. Because remember, how difficult is it to love those that love you? Not very difficult. But to love those that hate you, that's God. Like, yo, what's up, David? What's going on, man? California's in the house. What's going on, man? Good to see you, bro. Just kicking it. I was telling the boys, Asylum. You probably would dig this, brother. It's called an Asylum cigar. See that? It's called an Asylum. Let's see what that says. Asylum 13. It's like got a little bit of like a espresso taste with a slight hint of mint. Slight hint of mint. Wonderful stick. And I'm telling you, there's nothing like getting a cigar out of one of these humidors. You light the thing, it flames up immediately. I got a little humidor at the house, which is dope. Don't get me wrong. You got one of those household humidors, keep the pack in it or whatever, but I always got to let it cook for like an hour or two for the moisture to dry out. Shout out, yo, I see there's a few people in here. If y'all don't mind, man, like engage. I'd love to have a conversation with y'all if there's any sort of topics y'all want to cover. I did want to say, I want to repeat this. I did when I lit the cigar initially, I dedicated it. So I want to make sure that I bring that back up, bring it full circle. This cigar is dedicated to the martyrs. Anybody who took a bullet or sacrificed themselves for the betterment of the people around them. Greatest example of which being my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. If you stood for that cause to the point where you were willing to lose your own life for it, cheers to you. God rest your soul. Really grateful to be able to do this, man. And I talked about it earlier on in the broadcast about how you get to a certain stage in your life, especially if you have children, you used to kind of being everything, right? You're their everything. You're their epicenter. You are their resource. You are their mothership, fathership. And then one day they don't need you anymore. They're like, shoo, go away, dad. Just drop me off over here at the entrance. I'm kind of a cool dad, you know what I'm saying? Compared to some of these nerds out here, no disrespect, but I mean, a lot of herbs out here. And I thought my kids would be proud. Like, oh, my dad, you know, he's kind of cool. You know, he's been around. He knows stuff, you know. Yeah, you too, Jimmy. Have a blessed night, man. Thank you so much. And on your way out, Sam, hey, what's happening? On your way out, Jimmy, if you wouldn't mind sharing the broadcast with your people, man, it'd be great to have some other folks stop in. What's up, Sam? Hey, back at it, baby. Got me in Asylum 13 tonight, man. This thing is, whoop. It's like espresso with a slight mint tint to it. And then, you know, la cerveza más fina. Oh, my goodness. Appreciate the sub, my guy. Love you, man. God bless you. Appreciate that. By the way, still interested in linking up and doing one of these, man. I got the platform to be able to do it. We just gotta come up with some concepts and maybe do it like in a 30-minute interval and see how it feels. That would be really dope. I really appreciate the opportunity to do that, especially if we can reminisce about back in the day on the first episode, bro. Like Boca High and Trail City and do this shit. It would be insane. I would love to go down memory lane, talk about some of the homies, Chris Del Rivo, Mario Sicolo, some of the folks that are not with us no more, bro. That would be insane. I know we talked about it last time. You got to hit me, though. You got to hit me midweek. Let's have a conversation. That would be amazing, bro. We can even talk about current events and growth. What you mean? Talk to me about growth. I would love that. Like maturity as you become a man kind of thing. Or what do you mean? Love to hear your thoughts. All right, we got Tolbert up the bat. Still 3-2 Royals. Man on first. Bottom of the fourth. 2-1 count. Let's see what we're doing here. Hold up. All right, pitch. Oh, grounded to the left. 2-2. How about elevation? Talk about trials and tribulations, overcoming. Absolutely, bro. You know, it'd be really dope to talk about like not just the stuff that we have overcome, but the stuff that we're overcoming. Like, what is our struggle now? What are the difficulties that men of our age deal with? You know, and what are some potential solutions? And not even like trying to give everybody the cure. I think it'd be more about like having the ability to relate to the struggle while we're all in it, and having that relatability, right? Especially amongst men. But yeah, we could probably do a whole series on back pain. No doubt. No doubt. We're just going to be preaching to each other about stretching, and none of us are ever going to do it. Because I could very well be at home doing stretching right now, and, well, y'all see me. Oh, shit. We can even do an episode where it's like all roasting. We just find funny shit and just roast the shit out of it. That would be incredible. Kind of make it more of a comedy, give it a comedy spin. It's just bringing to light the power of emotional intelligence. Man, how we could teach the younger men. Absolutely, bro. You know it'd be dope? If we could make a podcast that our sons, our nephews, family members could come by years later, go back and go, man, look at the gems. Right? Because that's one thing that's missing in our society. Not to sound like an old grumpy man or whatever, but like, at least in my generation, not to say that we weren't rebels, but there were certain OGs that you respected and you valued their perspective, and you knew that they had something to offer that you could learn from, even if it was guys that weren't necessarily the most eloquent or professional or even successful. But you know, there's power in the struggle, and if you have people that can orate that struggle, and they can be converted into some sort of inspiration or a lesson, an applicable lesson, um, that would be a beautiful thing, because I would love for my son to come back to this, 10, 20 years, even when I'm gone, and go, man, Pops was dropping gems way back when, bro. We are the OGs now. Are we now? Like, because I know there's like YNs. Somebody give me the list, right? Like, I think it's kids, YNs, Gs, OGs. I saw a list somewhere of how it goes. What what is 30? Oh, let me get these cans out of your way, bud, because I got them down here. There you go. Oh, I thought you had to take the whole thing.
I know.
What a rookie I am, right?
It's just that, yeah.
Thanks, brother. That's beautiful. Love how that works. Yes, this thing is great. You just take it wherever the hell you want. Love it. This is great. Are we OGs? Are we? Yeah, I think we there. 41. I'm 41. Actually, let me do this real quick. I want to show y'all around one more time just how amazing this place is. I've done it a couple other times, but I want to show y'all one more time. So bring this thing up. It says, for sure, time is moving fast, moving rapidly. The only difference between learn. That's right. Do something with the pain, right? Do something with the lessons that we learn. Share them with the next group. So let me go back over to this side. So got a chance to watch the sun go down over here. Just about sunset now. Got the full blown leather joints right there. Bam, bing bang, and engraved with the Outlaw logo. Pretty effing sick, if you ask me. Over to the right, got the full bar over there. Fridge down in that corner there. Coffee on demand. Free beer today. I really love this because I don't know if y'all know how much I love Red Dead Redemption, but that poster up there just does it for me, because it's Red Dead 1, that 50 plus $1,000 air filtration system. Look at that thing. Monster. There's a whole nother lounge on the backside of this room here that you can't see. Just an incredible spot, bro. And the decor ain't too bad either. A lot of love to the troops and stuff up here. Bring it back down and settle it. If I can get it. If I can get it. Stay. That's the one downside of showing y'all the aesthetics. I get stuck trying to figure out how to prop this shit back up again. I was gonna try to set up the GoPro today. I opened up my work bag, forgot the laptop. Be looking for a house in November, be able to meet room. Yeah. So I just got my place and just started working on the office, bro. So yeah, bro. Yeah, it's a game changer when you have a space that you can call your own, and you're not like you don't have to worry about the girlfriend or the wife going shh every 5 minutes because you're being too loud. There we go. There we go. So yeah, dude, just got my first house less than 3 months ago. So it's a game changer from what I hear, especially if you're like really serious about producing content and you're not having to like borrow your buddy's living room or whatever. You can actually just cut loose and do your thing. Like, see what I mean about these cigars, y'all? Still kicking. But it's just a beautiful, um, thought, right? To oh, thank you, man. Really appreciate it, bro. It's a long time coming, man. I really screwed up my credit in my early 20s. It took forever to get that shit back on track. Forever. Hey, I'm praying for you too, bro, because I think the Dolphins are 0-2 and so are the Chiefs. I don't know if you caught the end of that. I was talking about all the problems that the Chiefs got right now, bro. I know y'all are feeling it. I know y'all feeling. As a matter of fact, I've been hearing rumors about Tyreek trying to get back into Kansas City. I don't think they're going to cut the check, bro. That boy makes way too much money. They're not going to do it. We need to save that money for the O line. As much as I'd love to have him back, unless he's willing to come back for the hometown discount, I don't think it's going to happen, boys. I just don't think it. I don't see it. I don't see it. Quick sip here. Not like a cold one. But yeah, man, I know the Dolphins are hurting. I know we're hurting. We definitely did not expect to start off 0-2. Boy, crazy. Who crazy? Oh, Tyreek? He is out of his mind. But between you and me, bro, he's been beating up women since college. So nothing new with this cat. Matter of fact, I think the only reason we got him was because of the history. I think he probably would have got higher in the draft if it wasn't for all that stuff that you know, he had done in college to his girlfriend or whatever it was. Euro line is trash, bro. I'll trade you. I'll trade you right now, bro. Yeah, he's a mental case for sure. I could have told you that. The only reason that it didn't show as much is because of Big Red, bro. Andy Reid, real good. I mean, Andy Reid had T.O., Andy Reid. Not that that ended well, but you know what I'm saying. Andy Reid is known for taking these guys. I mean, even when Michael Vick came back, I don't think that there would have been that many coaches that would have handled the situation with him as well as Andy Reid did. And players just feel comfortable, man. Make an appearance here at the chair. Oh, you're setting up Casey Wolf? Dude, I hear the guy that is under the mask is just a rock solid individual, just been doing the job forever and really like loves the community and very, very generous. And here's my question. Does the mascot get a ring? Does anybody know the answer to that? Does the mascot get a championship ring? And do the cheerleaders get a ring? You would think so. But I really want to know if the mascot gets a ring. And if he does, can you imagine the size of that thing? No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing. I do want to know if the guy inside the mascot suit gets a ring. That would be kind of cool to know. I think they deserve it, bro. I'll take yes. We would not trade you Andy Reid for McDaniels on under any circumstance. We might be willing to let you have Pat before we let you have Andy. That's just how important he is. Pat just turned 30, bro. He's got about 5 years left, and then out of here. No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing. Move on. The mascots do get championship rings. Okay. I did not know that. It's kind of interesting. I did not know that. That's fucking crazy. They deserve it. Bro, listen. The players go in, go out. They go on the sideline. They get some Gatorade. The mascot's in there sweating his ass off the entire game, bro. Nobody works harder than the mascot, dog. Matter of fact, the way things are going, I'm willing to give the mascot a try at left tackle right now because shit is terrible, dog. They're fucking up Patrick Mahomes. The only here's what I'll say for both Bears, Chiefs, and Dolphins fans. All right, hopefully y'all agree with me on this. At least we're not the Bengals. At least we're not Joe Burrow, bro. Bro, who takes 3 months off for turf toe? Get the fuck out of here with that. Bro, can you imagine what that mascot suit smells like, bro? Did you say chorizo? Chorizo smells way too good, bro. You know what that shit smells like? That shit smells like 6 week old oatmeal with milk. Like milk in the oatmeal, 6 weeks old. In the fucking sun. That's what that mascot suit smells like. I'm sorry, Pat, forgive me if you watch this. We love you, but nah, we keeping Andy Reid, bro. That dude needs to retire a chief, period, at whatever cost. Damn, I did it again. Damn y'all. The old bussy. Hell yeah, nothing but stank ass. Oh, the homie took my wick. Oh, shit. All right. Guess we have to light it the old fashioned way, boys. Yes, we have to. The fashioned way. Oh, that smells so good. Oh, it smells so good. Let's look at the time here. Yep. At about 5. We can start making this move. Oh, man. What a great cigar, guys. This has been a great convo. I appreciate y'all checking in. I don't know if y'all are subscribed yet or hit the like button. That would be dope. And not that I really give a shit about the like, but my understanding is the more likes you get, the more visibility. So if y'all haven't hit that like button, bro, do me a favor, por favor, hit the like button. I'd like, this kind of conversation is, I'm talking football and all that, but I think just the family stuff, especially what we started off with about that evolution of like, you're the everything for your family and for your kids, and then one day they're like, leave me at the front, pop. I don't want to be seen with you. I think that was a fun little part of the broadcast, a fun segment of the broadcast that I think, like you were saying, like we can have fun with it or whatever, but are we dropping those gems? Are we sharing knowledge, passing on knowledge to the next generation that means something? I hope so, man. So, and really, I'll be honest with y'all, man. Like, I like being on camera because it allows me to dialogue and just openly and freely. But in reality, I think it's like an archive, like what a journal used to be. Guys would go on long trips. In Australia, they call them a walkabout. If you guys have ever seen Crocodile Dundee, but many years ago, whether even thinking culturally, guys have to go out for weeks, sometimes months at a time, to go hunt or to go harvest or do this or that, and spend a lot of time away from home. And what guys would do is they would write, right? They would write their thoughts or kind of maybe mail it or just keep it in their journal or whatever. And then some of those really cool things would eventually be published and people would go back and kind of pull from those experiences. I really hope that that's what these broadcasts, these essential conversation broadcasts become. They become a wealth of knowledge, if for nobody else, for my own children to go, hey, what was Pops thinking about when he wasn't talking to us and being a dad? What did he think as an individual? What did he think as a man? And for them to be able to come back and pull this stuff years and years later, I think it's a treasure. It's like a vault that you're storing up, kind of your personality, your vibe, your essence. And once you're gone, and they want to feel that again, right? They want to feel that embrace of your wisdom or silliness. They can always come back and reference the archive. I think that's a beautiful thing about being able to do something like this. And the fact that y'all are here to vibe, that makes it even better. But truth be told, I would be very comfortable if this was just 70 minutes of me just expressing everything that I feel and think, because ultimately it's for my own self-expression, but it's also for them, and that alone makes it incredibly valuable, in my opinion. Incredibly valuable. Any other thoughts, questions, anything y'all got on your mind? Curious to see what the people's thinking before we close this shit out. Gosh darn it, I love a good beer. No, we're still stuck at 3-2. Miguel Garcia at the bat. 16 home runs on the year. Bottom of the fifth. And a man on first, gentlemen. I think the Royals are eliminated officially, right, from the playoffs. I think they're eliminated, from what I understand. Pretty sure they're eliminated. Why are people divided on the Charlie Kirk situation? Man, I think that's actually a fairly simple one. And I think it's kind of self explanatory. I believe that the reason that people are pissed off at Charlie is because Christianity, which is his main. People think it was politics, but if you listen to Charlie, he always led with his faith. Christianity, Jesus Christ, is the ultimate mirror. That's why people shun it. It's because when you start to delve into faith, there is no better mirror to who you are and where you stand than reading the Bible. There is a guilt that requires repentance, that requires serious accountability. And we all know, being who we are, that the current generation, let's say everybody that's between 18 and 28 right now, the accountability with these generations is at an all-time low. They can't take accountability for, I'm going to say I'm lumping everybody into the same bucket here, which is a little unfair, but we're speaking in general terms, right? The lack of accountability has gotten so deep that anything that they did wrong wasn't them. Mental health, anxiety, my situation growing up, my parents, my surroundings, my circumstances. There is so few people that go, you know what? It's my fault. I did that. I take responsibility. The fact that Charlie held up that mirror and said, look at yourself, not based on societal reflections, but based on the reflection of Christ, and acknowledge how broken you are. Look at how far we've gone to try to fill the void that only God can fill. People are literally dressing up as animals and they call themselves furries for validation, for acceptance. And in some cases, I would even say that people do these things to make themselves what they're not, which is a minority. See, some of us come with the struggle pre-built in. Okay? We are from another country, our parents speak different languages. This isn't our home. So we come here as visitors with built-in adversity because of where we come from and the fact that we're not originally from here. Well, if you go back before the Revolutionary War, I mean, we can have that conversation separately. But my point is that people are making shit up just so that they can fall into a minority class. You always notice how those movements try to attach themselves to civil rights and some of these things that we have been fighting for hundreds of years. Oh, we're the same as y'all. We're marginalized. We're this, we're that. So what Charlie did was he put the mirror up to people. Not the mirror in the reflection of society, but the mirror in the reflection of Christ. And when people get held accountable, it makes them very, very angry. Now, on the other side, because we're talking about division, are the people that are mourning alongside him. Not because we lost one guy in the movement, but because you had a guy who was relatively mild compared to some people on the conservative side, willing to engage, willing to have open dialogue, willing to have those uncomfortable situations, those uncomfortable conversations that we all preach about. Hey, let's have open dialogue. Let's not judge each other. Let's not attack character. Let's attack problems. Let's attack topics. But when you finally have a guy that's willing to go on what many would say is enemy territory, a college campus, and have those conversations, the narrative changes. People are divided because you either see yourself in Charlie or you're forced to see yourself behind that lens. And it makes people uncomfortable. Accountability, that's a gem right there, Sam. I love that. I love that. That's beautiful. Do I think his death was an inside job? Still honestly think it's um listen, Kenny, and there's a chance. Um Here's what I'll say. Inside job on behalf of whom? Him and the orange guy. So if you say an inside job and you say on behalf of another party or Antifa, yes. But do I believe the conservative movement wanted to get rid of him? No, except for one thing. One thing gives me just a hesitancy to say there's absolutely no way. The whole Israel thing, because he got he started to get on the other side of that movement along with Candace, and she's not so friendly with the White House anymore because of that particular topic. So his voice is very, very powerful, and the only thing that connects the dots, and I think you said it right there, is the lobby. He turned down the lobby, wasn't really riding with Shapiro, wasn't really riding with, um, that entity. Um, so I mean, there's a possibility. I won't deny that, and if there is a possibility, I think that would be it. Um, but he's not the biggest voice in conservatism against the lobby. You would think that you'd have some other people go first. Candace immediately comes to mind. But in my heart of hearts, do I believe it? Do I believe that that's what it was? I think there's a possibility, but no, I don't think that. I'm far more confident that the radical left lunatics, um, these TikTok revolutionaries, are more likely to have been the culprits. And based on the shooter and his background and the fact that he was like engaged to a furry or something. But then again, that's the narrative that they're feeding us. So who knows, right? That's the scary part of it. No matter how much we go back and forth on this thing, none of us are sure. Will I say that there's a possibility? No, yeah, he never took any APAC money, so that's another thing too. But a lot of people don't. Thomas Massey has it. I would have, if I was them, I would have gone for Thomas Massey first. Why Charlie Kirk? Just some social media influencer. I don't know. Again, I'm not saying no. I'm well aware of the possibility and where it would have came from. I'm not eliminating it. It's fun to talk about, I guess, in a way. Um, but listen, here's the thing. There's also a chance, and I want you guys to think about this. There's a chance it's not a conspiracy at all on either side. It's just one left lunatic that was. And by the way, I think he stood in front of Charlie in the past and asked questions and absolutely got destroyed. And that makes people angry. So you always got the opportunity that there's a rogue, stronger influence than who? Than Candace? No way. Absolutely not. Just look at the numbers, bro. Just look at the numbers. And he's not a bigger influencer than Thomas Massey because Thomas Massey makes law, makes actual law. That's who you go for first, in my opinion. But hey, anything's possible. So I'll just say this to y'all, just because we can go back and forth with conspiracy theories all night long. Right now, the evidence does not point to that, in my opinion. but I will not fully eliminate the possibility. That lobby is significant. And here's the other thing I'll say. It doesn't look like the current administration and Israel are on the same page. Oh, no doubt he did, but he wasn't the only one because you got Scott Prescott, got a lot of other guys that did the exact same thing. Listen, I'm not saying it's not a possibility, but just based on the evidence that I've seen so far, it doesn't feel like it. It feels like he was on the West Coast where all the loonies are. He'd already gotten embarrassed by Charlie before. The guy didn't necessarily write a manifesto. But again, the evidence could be fabricated. I mean, I'm not, like I said, I never give 100% on anything. You call me a waffler if you want to, but anything's possible, gentlemen. I certainly wouldn't discount that possibility. And the only thing that gives me a little bit of comfort is to know that the current administration in Israel right now are not seeing eye to eye, especially with some of the current bombings and stuff like that. It didn't sound like the current administration was necessarily happy with it. They weren't informed about it, so I don't know if they would work hand in hand with them, at least on this level, to make something like that happen. Plus, if it was a professional sniper, which is probably what they would have used, it would have definitely been a headshot, not a neck shot. I don't know if y'all ever seen Captain Phillips. The SEALs can shoot you right here on a boat with the waves going like this, three guys at the same time, pause. I certainly hope that's not what's going on. Um, really, it doesn't matter who it was. I mean, truthfully speaking, no matter who did it, it's a fucking tragedy for both sides. Because if you got a guy that's willing to engage with the other side, build those bridges, you lost somebody important. I'm not trying to downplay his importance, gentlemen. Don't get me wrong. But I also want to be careful not to get into too much conspiracy because, truthfully, what matters is that we carry the positive aspects of his message forward, especially to our sons. The bravery of this man to go into the lion's den and engage with everybody, no matter what side, and then also try to stay relatively respectful. I've seen it, by the way, I've seen the clips that some of these people are using to paint him as a Nazi. I'm listening, I'm like, I don't hear it. I hear a lot of call to Christ. I hear a lot of personal accountability. I hear a lot of look at yourself in the mirror. If this is is this what's healthiest for you? If this is what's healthiest for society? Um, the amount of people that showed up to church this past weekend after it, that's what matters. Oh, there you go. They just said it. Yeah, the amount of people that were drawn. You're thinking the same thing. The amount of people that were drawn to Christ. Um, Martyr again. That's what this whole cigar is about. I started it with it. This cigar is dedicated to the martyrs, not just him, but anybody who gave their life in an attempt to connect people. People say he was divisive. People say he was creating more separation and hatred. But the truth will do that. The truth is the great equalizer. The truth is the heavy sword. It doesn't care where it lands. The truth is the truth is the truth, gentlemen. Y'all want to leave on a lighter note? Because I got about 2 minutes left here. Oh, by the way, I don't know if y'all knew this. World Cup's coming to Kansas City in 2026. Sammy, get a chance. Let's see if Mexico plays in Kansas City. Love to have you and Mike join me to a Mexico game. They said exactly. Well said. Absolutely, they did. Absolutely. But yeah, bro, if y'all want to come up from Florida, go to a soccer, and we can go to a Chiefs game. We can go over to watch a KU Jayhawks game, Oklahoma City. Uh, yeah, they're going to be crazy, but we can sit up there with the Porters. I'm okay with that. That's where the energy's at anyway. But Oklahoma City's only a couple hours from here, so if you want to go see a Thunder game, that would be sick, bro. We actually went and saw Wu-Tang in Tulsa. But by the way, that concert, woo, I'm not sure. I told my son, because the crowd didn't really know didn't seem like most of the crowd knew what they were doing there. So I told my son jokingly, I said, I think most of this crowd thought they were going to a different Klan rally. I thought that was pretty funny. I was just kidding, man. Yeah, hit me on a message for sure, bro. I'd love to connect, lay out some topics. You already brought a great topic, man, but it'd be super duper awesome. Get some overlays going, some stuff we can throw up on the screen, and have a great conversation. And I'd like to bring in all kinds of different people, different perspectives, or whatever, and have a engaging, positive conversation. In the spirit of Charlie, we'll talk to the other side and see if we can find some things in common that we can help bridge the gap with. Because that's one thing for sure, bro. We're always stronger united, right? I always think, and this is, I'll lead y'all on this. I remember one of my favorite movies growing up was, you probably remember, it's called The Three Ninjas. And they had this grandpa who was like a master, right? And he used to use this analogy of like the rope of three strands, right? So like a rope that's just one strand, strong, but fairly easily broken. The more strands, the stronger the rope. Three or more, almost impossible for a human being to break with their own hands. So the more united, the stronger we are together, the more we intertwine with each other, the stronger we're going to be, and the less easy we are going to be to break. So hopefully we can bring some unity with the people. If you guys haven't hit the like button yet, do me a favor, hit the like. Um, it'd be great for folks to be able to come back and watch this conversation, which I think is a very great conversation, and I'm glad the audio is doing better this go around than last go around. But yeah, if y'all haven't had a chance to hit that like, please do. Please share this thing, man. We had an awesome conversation. All your comments will pop up during the broadcast if you guys are able to share this out. And next time I'm lounging, man, I'm gonna pop back in and we'll do this thing again. And if you guys want to join me, just shoot me on a DM and we'll make it happen, Captain. So with that said, man, God bless y'all. Thank you so much for allowing me to partake in your evening. Um, I feel really disconnected from my brothers half the time because of all the family and work stuff that I have going on. But truth be told, man, these things right here, man, they just energize me, man. They fill my spirit, man, knowing that my brothers are still out there and that they're fighting and that they're striving to do better for themselves and their families. So if this is your first time checking in, if you just happen to run into this video by accident, man, thank you for being here. God bless you. And remember, man, put God first and the rest takes care of itself, fellas. Don't forget to work hard. And if you're just getting here late, Assad, go back and watch the rest of the broadcast because, damn, we had a good one here today. So I will leave y'all on that note. Appreciate y'all, gentlemen, man. Truly, truly, truly appreciate y'all. Everybody have a good evening. And I'm going to get my stank ass out of here, y'all.